The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning, Kern County. It is 5 a.m. on this Monday morning. I'm Alex Fisher, and we begin with developing news and a rescue mission in the Kern River Canyon after a truck drove off a cliff. It happened last night along Highway 178. 3 people were inside the truck, including a child with special needs. Rescue crews safely pulled everyone out of the truck. The child was airlifted to a hospital. No word on their condition. And there's also no word yet on what caused the car to go off the side of the road. Turning to a story we've been following overnight, officers are investigating a hit-and-run crash that hurt 3 kids, leaving one of them with life-threatening injuries. It happened last night on Plans Road near Plans Elementary School. Officers say 3 kids were hit by a car from behind while riding their bikes. We don't know their ages. The suspect car is described as a brown or gold Kia Forte. The investigation continues. Deputies intercepted a major theft outside of Bakersfield. They found a stolen big rig carrying a bunch of brand new Hyundais. It happened yesterday morning near Miramonte High School. It was parked in an empty dirt lot field. It was unoccupied, the vehicle, at the time. Deputies say the ignition was damaged, leading them to believe that it was stolen. They called the company, who confirmed it had in fact been stolen the night before. All of those new vehicles were returned. No arrests have been made so far. The Bakersfield Police Department released its report of crime statistics for the week of July 17th. The report shows auto thefts were down, but catalytic converter thefts doubled, along with many other stats worth noting. Here's 17's Justin White with a look at that report.
Auto thefts were down from 81 to 41 vehicles on the week, but catalytic converter thefts were up by 3. Arrests made on burglary, vandalism, trespassing, and robbery also up. Sergeant Andrew Tipton spoke to me about the report. On the huge drop in auto thefts?
Could be a lot of factors. Could be proactive policing, officers out there making stops. Could be some of the contributors who do a lot of the auto thefts have gotten arrested. It could just be just a little bit of chance as well.
To help keep your vehicle safe,
parking in well-lit areas is a good protection. Parking in places where other people are paying attention. If you can park somewhere that has surveillance cameras, like at your house, or if you're at a business and you can park by near an entrance that's well-traveled or something like that, that will protect you as well.
And to protect your home or business from burglars?
Put lighting up on your house, lighting up on your business. You got a business with big windows, light inside. That way, if something happens, people going by can see, hey, there's a person inside doing some damage or taking some objects. Put a security door up, put cameras up visibly where people can see them. Another big thing is talking to your neighbors and talking to the people around you to know who should be at the house, who should be coming and going.
Justin White with that report. And making headlines around the nation this morning as former President Trump faces new charges and possible new indictments. His political rivals are moving forward, focusing on the race, their policies, and public frustrations. Meanwhile, President Biden is focused on touting his accomplishments while in office. Here's NBC's Bree Jackson.
The Mar-a-Lago property manager charged in connection to classified documents found at former President Trump's estate is set to make his first court appearance in Miami Tuesday. And his first rally since the latest charges dropped, a defiant Trump blasted the cases against him.
These are ridiculous indictments.
The GOP frontrunner took to social media Sunday, poking fun at his closest Republican rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, posting this video with just one word: awkward. DeSantis says he's not taking offense to Trump's tactics.
I think it's just a reminder why there's so many millions of voters who will never vote for him going forward.
Republican presidential candidates are working to shift the focus away from the former president to their stance on issues.
We've got to focus on the things that matter, and things like national security, which includes border security.
We have to move forward. We've got to quit living in the past.
If the Republican Party puts Donald Trump forward as our nominee, we will give 4 more years to Joe Biden on purpose.
As his political opponents ramp up their attacks, President Biden is vacationing at his beach house in Delaware this week. And another indictment against former President Trump could come this week. The grand jury examining 2020 election interference is set to meet on Tuesday. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
A 2-alarm structure fire broke out near southwest Bakersfield. It started yesterday, shortly after 5 p.m. on Ash Road. The fire began in the house and then quickly grew to the backyard and other surrounding areas. The cause is still under investigation. We will update you on this story as soon as we learn more. From our follow-up file now, and we see it happen often, times of great difficulty bringing out great compassion. And it's happening again right now in a tiny little farming town in northwestern Kern County. Here's 17's Robert Price, who paid a second visit to the flood-ravaged village of Pond, and he has this story.
They say God works in mysterious ways, and well, that may be true, but sometimes God also works in mundane, regular, day-to-time ways. At least that's the story you'll get here in the tiny, flood-prone town of Pond, California.
The little farm village about 8 miles southwest of Delano, population perhaps 100, was hit by devastating floods on March 11th and again March 13th. Residents had to evacuate, and when they eventually returned, they found at least 4 houses inundated with muddy water.
Knee-high.
That is grandmother Vivian Blevins, one of the evacuees.
We just had 10 minutes to get out. I had a book in the cabinet that had personal things in it, and I put it on top of the refrigerator so it wouldn't get wet, but I didn't have time to get my pictures out.
Well, Friday was homecoming day. Vivian, who has lived in Pond for 40 years, finally returned to the house she raised her 5 children in. She toured the house with her twin sister Lillian Knott, with whom she'd been staying while a national faith-based volunteer organization called God's Pit Crew renovated her house and 3 others, mucking out the floors, replacing waterlogged sheetrock, the whole bit. The emotion of the moment was clear on Vivian's face.
I can't thank them enough. It just blew my mind.
Russell Bilbrey of Bakersfield volunteers all over the country with God's Pit Crew, but this job was in his own backyard.
You know, it was a special moment. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, that's the reason you do these things, right? It's a good feeling to be able to help someone for no reason. Just, you know, put your heart and your sweat into it and just do the right thing.
Assemblywoman Jasmeet Baines has been keeping tabs on the volunteers' progress.
Pond matters. Little areas, especially in my district of 8035, every life matters, every community matters, and it's rural areas like this that matters.
2 water-damaged homes, including Vivian's, are 80% complete. 2 others will take some time. After taking a week off, the volunteers will resume. They expect to finish August 13th, not a day too soon for Vivian Blevins.
Well, I'm just ready to come home. I miss my family so much.
Generosity and gratitude, along with a new coat of paint and a renewed sense of hope. It's all on display here in the tiny town of Pond, California. In Pond, Robert Price, 17 News.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.